Hello to everyone. Welcome back to another video lessons. So today we are going to study about it's slide number 2 and page number 18 from your book. If you want to start about decision, you can open your book and on page 18. So what are the subject that we are cover? It's about Microsoft Office Specialist. It means this book covers the skills you need to have for the certification as a Microsoft Office. If you want to certified from Microsoft Office and Access Database, so you should read this book and complete the skills. After that, you can have an online exam, then take the certification. So this version is about Specialist in Access 2016. It means when you learn this, it doesn't matter, you will learn 2019 too, and it covers 2013. Especially, you need to be able to complete tasks that demonstrate the following skills. You should learn for in many skills. For example, create and manage databases, build tables, create queries, create forms, and create reports. In Access Database, we have four major parts: from creating tables, creating queries, creating forms, and creating reports. Let's discuss each and every one. So in here we have Microsoft Office Specialist about the definition of a table. What's a table? Table defines the data stored in a database. As you have studied in your first slide, so tables are composed of fields. It means it's merged. It contains of fields, and each field is defined as a specific data type like text, number, data, or another data type. Each field has certain properties. For example, you can specify that a field is required. You can also define the size of a field, such as maximum number of characters a field can contain. For example, you have a field by the name of a phone number. You can adjust the size of phone number up to 10 digits. You adjust, for example, there's password. You create a database to the user enter the password maximum number should be 8. You can specify, you can adjust the sizes. Later on we will study. The users of a database fill in fields and must fill in required fields with values to create a record in the database. User, I mean the people who fill the fields must fill according to the field. It means when we say this is the phone number field, you just enter values. You can enter dates. You can enter texts. Let's come on the practice that you can understand better. So I will click on MS Access. I want to open it. This is the application that I have. When we open MS Access, vice versa of other applications, for example, MS Word, MS Excel, MS PowerPoint, at the end of the project you were able to save the database, but in here, first of all, you need to save the database. We will talk later on with more details, but for right now, just click on blank desktop database. Don't click on custom web database, because you're going to create a database for websites, and these are ready-made databases that just click in, they are made it, and you can use it. But right now you need to learn about the blank databases. When you click on blank databases, this is the file name of the database, and this is the address of the database or location of the database that will be stored. For example, if I want to change the location in here, I choose about the Adobe license for grade 10. This is the location which I want to choose. About I want to name it, for example, working file 1. So click on OK. Working file 1, access database. Do you want to create such as this video lessons and presentation 2020 grade 10? Yes, I want to create. So it is the first table. It means this is the table 1 that access database is default will open for you. This is the ID field. For example, if you want to create another field, just click it. For example, in here you want to have short text. Click on short text, name your field. Your field is what? For short text, it's name. So click on tab. Here's, for example, choose number. In here you can choose a phone number. Enter. Also, you can go ahead. In here, when we choose text, in text we can enter also numbers and texts. We will talk later on with more details, but for right now, just learn that you can write names. For example, Muhammad. If you write Muhammad in here, when we choose the number, you can't write anything else. For example, if I write Texas like this, or I write cordon, enter, it doesn't accept because in here it's written not match with the number data type. It's not number. It doesn't match. So enter new value. If I write and phone numbers 079147889. So this is a number. It accepts the data. When we came to the presentation, in here you have learned that when we specify data type like text, number, anything, each field has a certain properties. So for example, you can specify the field is required. You can also define the size of the field. We will study how to adjust the sizes, but for now, right now, just you learn the concept. It means uh, the first step that you learn the concept, what's table, how to create a table. And another thing that we have, it's about the query, mean definition. Query can be used to select a record that meet specified criteria to perform actions such as updating a group of records. To build a select query, you add fields from one or more tables and then define criteria that Access uses to retrieve the records you want to view. For example, you might want to retrieve records with a certain value in a data field, or records created after 1/1/2017, for example. What does query mean? Query means a question. It means when you want to select a record, you can use from query. When we want to search for a record, for example, there are millions of Afghan people with Tazkara number. How do you find a specific people? For example, there are 2,000 students in Cordon. So how do you find a specific student? By the registration number. It means in here you can select record or records. For example, who are in grade 10, so the list will be appeared for you. And another thing that we should focus on is about how to build a select query, how to merge the tables, how to use function in queries. We will study more and more in the next video lessons. But for right now, we come to a practice that how query looks like. For example, this is the data. And here I write some other names. For example, these are the names, and maybe we have this phone number for all of them. Control W this table. Do you want to save it? Yes. For example, name it employee. We have a table by the name of employee. This is our database. I mean working file one, and this is the first table. Come to on create Mino. So this is the table that we will create it. And then another ways, in here we have query and query design. When you click on query, show tables. In show tables, how many tables do you have? Just we have one table. You can add tables as it is written. You can manage. For example, you just want to show the names in here, drag and drop. In put the cursor, select it, drag it and drop it in here. When you drag and drop it in here, we have phone numbers. We don't want to phone numbers. Just click on run. You want to see the results: Muhammad, Ali, Mansour, Qasim, Mujib. This is the query. Click on view, click on design view, can to design. So if you want to show the phone numbers, come on, show the phone numbers. Click on run. You can see how we retrieve the data. I mean, how we can see the data that we want. Here's the names, here's the phone numbers. If we want to search a specific data, because it is database sheet view and we came to the design view. In design view, for example, this is the data you don't want to show it, you can collect it, don't show it, but in functions you can use it. It doesn't show the data, but you can use it in your functions. For example, in here I write just show me the name of Muhammad. Click on enter, just one record. When I click, do we have Muhammad in database? It will appear or search for Muhammad, and this is just one record. So come to the definitions. I don't want to talk too much about the query because there are lots of things that we should learn in query. Another thing that we have for the last thing from the third form, it is about form used to display, enter, and edit data. When we create form, we can display the data, we can enter the data, we can edit the data. Forms are often bounded to tables or the queries. You can see bound to tables or queries. It means if you want to create form, you need first create tables. Then if you maybe sometimes it needs to queries, then you can create forms that serve as a forms record sources. Forms use controls such as text boxes, checkboxes, and list boxes to provide a user interface for a database. It exactly means this is the form view. Most of the people working on the database doesn't see the tables, doesn't see the queries, just to see the forms. Like when you go to open a web page, there are forms, there are tables, just you can use from these options. So let's come on practice and see it. Control W. Do you want to save it? Maybe you save, yes, it's the query one. Save it. We have table, we have created table, we have created query, then create from in here, for example, form design. From what? From this data. Select the data and create the form. When you click on a form, the form will create it. For example, ID 1, name Muhammad, phone number this, click on next. ID 2, Ali, this number phone, 3, Mansour, 4, Qasim, and this. If you want to create a new blank record, for example, in here, just put a name. For example, Behishta. Sorry, at first shot first save. Apply for. Control W, close it because we didn't save it. Click on new record in here. For example, Beheshta. This is the name and this is the number phone. For example, press enter. The you can see the number of employees increased. It was 6 and it's 7. For example, in here for NOS, that's okay. And when I put a number in here, press enter. The numbers, you can see the numbers too much, so enter. The number increases 8. I mean, if you go back, it is about the Foranos, Beheshta, Mujib, Qasim. So the last thing that we study is about the report that you want to send. This report, the summary of the report, click on the table, click on query, and you can click on report. You can see the report is done. How many people on here, the numbers, phones, and other things. So this is the numbers. So control W this. I want to finish the lessons, so click it. You can create table, you could create query, you could create forms, and also you could create the reports. If you print the last number in here, this is the report used to share and present data and summarize data for a specific field or fields. You might print reports and meeting or distribute the electronically as PDF files or an email. I mean, you can send it via email, you can create a PDF and send it like your leaders that most of the time the cordon print for their teachers, for print for your VCs, then you can use that.